Well, Chris, we've got the transmission out of your '06 Chevy truck. This is what it looks like when it's all apart. Eric or Amanda will contact you with cost estimates, and I'll show you basically what we found inside the transmission. So we'll start with the pan. You can see all the black material here. All of that is going to be clutch material, so clutches or band. If you look on top of the magnet, we've got 2 or 3 times the amount of material on the magnet that we'd expect to see. The place that clutch material came from essentially is going to be from the band. So this band comes on for 2nd gear and 4th, and the lining is burnt up. That band is going to wrap around this drum right here, so this surface right here is where the band rides, and now what's happened is this is now cupped like that, so this drum is no good as well. When we look at the other clutches, our 3/4 clutch, this comes on for 3rd and 4th, that clutch is burnt. The reverse input clutch is going to come on just for reverse. That actually looks okay. This friction is a uniform color, and the steel plate is fine as well. Our forward clutch has a slight amount of slippage, but not too bad. This one here is our overrun clutch, and it looks fine as well. It's got a uniform color. When we look at the accumulator pins, right here where the pin meets the piston, this is for the 3/4 accumulator, that's worn out, and that's going to be an internal leak. So they got a rubber seal on the outside here, and they rely on this to be a tight fit so that we don't have any internal leakage. Our 1/2 accumulator piston has the same situation. This one's a plastic piston, but we have right where the pin meets the bore. If we look at the sprag races, these end caps are going to go on either side of this sprag, so they're going to kind of sit like that. And if you look at this one, you can see writing on it. You can see what that surface looks like. When we look at this surface, there's a whole bunch of brass that's missing. So this area here is actually all cupped. So if this is down like that, well, that's a lot of brass that's missing, and because the pan doesn't have any brass, that material was in the pan the last time somebody did a service. It looks like the transmission's been replaced with a used one, so when they did that, that's probably when they serviced it, and that washer has damaged this surface here, so this is actually going to be sitting against there like that, and now this surface is really rough and has to be replaced as well. The pump itself looked okay, so this is our pump here, this is pump cover. It didn't look like there's any problems there. We have to measure it to be sure. This, you can just see the screen. There's some material that's inside that screen. Camera doesn't really pick it up very well, but that just shows the material going throughout the unit. On the valve body, so this is our valve body. There's a couple of valves in here that we're going to have to check for wear, but first glance it looks like it's okay. It looks like we don't have any real problems there. We've got to clean it up and check it, of course, but it does appear to be okay. When we look at the top of the bell housing, you can see that number written there, and then we can see on top of the transmission that number 1121 written there. That shows us that most likely this is a unit that's come from an auto wrecker. And then this 3 KCD, that really tells me that it's out of a 2003 4x4 truck. If this was out of a 2006, that should have said 6 KCD. So everything does point to the transmission have been replaced previous. So that's kind of what we found inside. As I said, Eric or Amanda will contact you with the different cost estimates, but now you've seen it. Thanks.